like you've never seen before.
Vacations. You envision laying on a beach, sightseeing, or maybe doing as the locals do at cafes and eateries. But getting ready to leave can be just as stressful as the reason you need a vacation in the first place. Here with some practical sabbatical tips, welcome lifestyle expert Sandra Hanna. Hi. I mean, a lot of times when people plan for vacation, they go, oh, yeah, let's go on vacation. And then it becomes the, but we have to get ready to go on vacation,
and it
right?
can be an ordeal, but I'm trying to make it simple for everybody.
Yeah, and just some things to keep in mind. Starting with, before you even go, you have a great idea on travel for dummies.
Travel for dummies, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been and you don't know anything about your destination.
Right.
Check out the kids section of the library. I'm not kidding here. They have great books, and they'll give you a quick snapshot of, you know, some historical sites you want to go visit and what the destination is all about.
Quick read and great pictures.
Exactly. Very visual, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to check out a history textbook. You can get the kids' book.
Yeah.
It's a great resource.
And then we start with the packing. And there's our needs, there's our wants, there's all those things in there. Especially with the whole family, you got a whole bunch of stuff to put together.
Exactly. And for the whole family, we're trying to do one carry-on bag, okay?
Stop it.
Yeah, one. And I'll show you how you can do it.
I'm not sharing.
You might have to.
Okay.
But here's the essentials. The first is a document sleeve, okay? So you want all your family's passports and everything in one document sleeve, so you keep it organized, all your baggage receipts, you've got it all in one spot.
Yeah, and make sure that it goes to the most responsible person in your family. Okay?
Exactly. That's an important point. That's a very important point. So the next thing is your drop kit, okay? And if you're a frequent traveler like myself, what you want to do is just keep this packed all the time and leave it in your suitcase.
Yeah,
You've got
and
it ready
tilt that
to
up
go.
to show people what's in there. Oftentimes you can find at drugstores, they have like the little 99-cent section, so obviously you have the small things that you can travel with.
Exactly, and Sephora is great too because they'll offer you free samples of some of their really high-end skincare.
Oh,
so you can,
she went there. I was saying 99 cents. She said, no, girl, go get some free samples. I kind of like the way that smells, but I'm not sure how it's going to wear all day. Could I get a sample?
Can I get a little sample?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask, okay?
Great idea. But when you get all those perfume samples and stuff walking through department stores, save those for that very reason.
Exactly. So the next trick is, and I'll show you this, is that always have one change of clothes just hidden real quick here in a pocket at the front of your suitcase. So just in case you lose your check bag, you've got one outfit for you, and you can just tuck that into a pocket. You won't even know it's there.
That's a good idea. The one that you do carry on, make sure that the whole family has something to change into in case that suitcase, the other one gets lost. Yeah.
Okay. Now for the expensive items, so if you've got your pair of your favorite shoes that you've spent a pretty penny on, make sure you put those in your carry-on. Also, if you've got an expensive bathing suit, anything that's, you know, a little higher end, put it in your carry-on.
What you really want.
I think because that's going to be the harder stuff to replace.
Okay.
Next thing is the checked bag, and this might sound a little counterintuitive, but you want to take a checked bag. And we know that some airlines are charging now, but some of them aren't, so do your research. And also think about the card, the credit card or the charge card that you're using. So for example, I use an Amex Platinum card. I get a $200 credit so that I can use that towards my baggage fees.
Yeah, and also if anything goes wrong on the trip, a lot of times with certain cards, they'll guarantee or they'll have insurance provided with that trip or whatever.
Exactly. So before you go, call your card carrier because definitely they're going to have some perks you can take advantage of. But the key with the checked bag too is getting it organized. And we're talking the whole family here. So the first thing you want to do is lay everything out. Okay, so you've got your kids' clothes, you've got your clothes, you've got some stuff for the guys here too. What you want to do is try to zone it by color code, okay? So if you go for neutral colors, I sort of draw myself to the black tones, a little black and white. That's really easy. You don't have to worry about matching everything. It's all going to be sorted for you. But then have a quick pop of color too. And this is really great for getting through security too.
And it's very thin. Doesn't take up very much room.
It doesn't take up a whole lot of room, okay? This is really important for the whole family. You want to take a mixed bag, meaning that, you know, you don't get your own bag, your husband doesn't get your own bag, and the kids don't get their own bag, because if one bag goes missing, one member of the family is going to be totally out of luck.
Too bad if it's not mine. No.
Exactly right.
Put my husband in my skirt, you know?
We'd make it work in a pinch. But the idea is to mix a little bit. So if you've got, you know, putting in some of the kids' clothes in there.
It's also just less to keep up with.
It is,
you know?
it is, exactly. And shoes always at the bottom because that's going to help balance out your bag as well, okay? Now, space-saving techniques. My husband loves to do this, and I used to cringe, but honestly, it works like a charm every time. Stuff the easy things that are roll up in your shoes.
Yeah, because this is vacant room. It's room there. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's just use every little inch and every nook and cranny that we've got, okay? The other thing, especially around the holidays, especially summertime, because let's be honest, we're going to do some shopping while we're traveling, right?
So that's when you buy the extra bag. you leave with 2 bags, you come back with 5,
exactly.
right?
But if you have a bag that you can just fold up on the bottom of your suitcase, you can then have an extra one to fill up with all of your goodies.
Which could turn into
shopping.
another carry-on for someone.
Exactly, exactly. So that is in terms of packing. And again, keep the heavier items.
Yeah. And then we'll wrap up with you have kind of a great idea for on the plane. If you're traveling and you've got a baby, it's one of those things that you don't understand until you have one, and then you go, oh, that's, it's the family with the crying baby. And of course, I think a lot of parents are much more, you kind of go, okay, I get it. I've been there before. But you have this great little tip to kind of break the ice with anybody who might be sitting around you.
And I love this, and I just dropped them here, so I'm going to pick them up. But stop and get some earplugs at the grocery store. You can put them in these little Ziplocs. This is just from a button on a shirt that I had, and write a little note. This note here says, this is my first flight, so I might be a little bit fussy. Hopefully these earplugs will help. And then you can pass them out to the people around you. And even if they don't use them, it's kind of a nice gesture.
Yeah, well, just to acknowledge, baby might cry, and I apologize, so don't be giving me those stares and everything and looking at me crazy, okay?
Don't give me the figure, right?
Yeah. All right, well, thank you very much for these tips.
Thank you.
So now that you've reached your destination, it's time to capture the moment. How do you avoid these kinds of pictures right here? Yeah, look, it would have been nice.